We've got a weekly best 11. This has become my favorite part of the show. I love a team of the week, and I
You and
love it.
everyone in the chat going crazy right now.
So funny.
It's my most favorite thing because everybody is right and everybody is wrong, and we have fun with it along the way. All right, let's do what we do best, and let's start with the defensive side of things because me and Lisa are the OGs here, and we love defenders. We love defense on attacking thirds. So, Jen, you had the blessing, not responsibility. I was going to say you had the blessing to pick defenders and goalkeeper. Who have you got on the team of the week?
I did, and it's funny you say that because best 11 must be the most stressful time of my week trying to pick these players. I'm like, I don't want to disrespect anyone. Everyone's just too good. I'm like, how am I picking? And also, I'm so biased towards centre backs. I almost want to pick like 4 centre backs.
Do it.
I'm glad you guys are also as stressed as I am every week when I have to do this.
Anyway, now that I've got that off my chest, and we can unpack that later. But I went for Lorena as my goalkeeper. PK save, clean sheet. But I will say, I was watching these games thinking I could pick multiple goalkeepers here. Even tonight, Kingsbury was pulling off all the saves. Anderson, I thought, was stepping up for Angel City when she needed to. But I went for Lorena. Are you guys stressed out, or we're agreeing?
Lorena's a good pick. I tend to have recency bias when we do these. And Aubrey Kingsbury stood on her freaking head during this game in San Diego. Stood on her head.
Yeah. But you know what? This also it's not the first game that Kingsbury's had to, alongside her defenders, absorb a lot, sustain a lot. And I feel like it's just sort of become part of the Spirit's identity, I think, in recent weeks especially. I think when it comes to week 13, looking at the games that were in front of them, when we're talking 1 point versus the full 3 points, Lorena came up so clutch for Kansas City Current. I'm gonna be your combo breaker, and I'm gonna say yes, Lorena. I didn't go get my nails done this color for any reason.
There you go.
Well, let's go. No, I got it because they're A3 colors. But I'm gonna go with Lorena.
I like Lorena. It's a good one. Casey's been unstoppable, and she's a big part of their defensive strengths.
Yeah, I do hear what you're saying though. When you've just watched the game, it's so fresh, and you're like, right, okay.
I always have recency bias.
But I wrote down Lorena. I'm sticking with her.
It's so tough. Yeah,
I love Mallinson as my left back for BFC. I think BFC played really well against Gotham, and I think her one interception when she reads the game, wins the ball back, intercepts and plays in her. That's just Mallinson in a nutshell. So I went for her as my left back. Mikion and Sharples, I went as my 2 centre back pairing. Mikion probably because she was fresh in my head. Having just watched her, I thought she was awesome tonight. Sharples for me has gone from strength to strength. I think her on the ball, especially playing out the back, that was why she was brought to Bay last season. I think she's gone on next level with the Current this year. So they're my 2 centre backs pairings. And then I'm probably BFC biased as well, but Didasco and Rachel Hill, that pairing up the right hand side.
Oh, Jen,
I just love Didasco.
You in danger, girl. Lisa's about to eat you up.
Why?
Because she does not.
Talking about Jen.
Lisa,
what do you mean?
Lisa does not like, because she hit me with this. I'm gonna put myself on blast. I had like some.
This is why I get stressed out.
I feel you. I get stressed out too because I never want to disappoint Lisa. Let me tell you. And there's moments where it's like, oh, I have like this amount of players and this amount of players, and Lisa will be like, that's too many players from the same team.
From the same team, yeah, I get it.
This is like a AFC back line, Jen. What is happening?
No, it's two. There's 2. I will admit that there's 2. There's also 2 Current.
Okay, so I think Tara McHugh deserves to be on this back line. She had a tremendous game tonight. A really good job. To the point where she was like, I'm just going to go and score the goals as best as I can because no one else is. What about Erin Wright for Racing Louisville? She mitigated Barbara Banda. She took down Orlando. She was throwing her body on the ball, contributing in the attack. She was a physical force in the back line for Racing Louisville. I wrote down Aaron Wright. I like Sharples. I like Alyssa Mallinson. I was impressed with on this weekend on the ball. She looked really good.
Right.
No, there were some really good defensive performances across the weekend. I like Mallinson. Let's keep Mallinson on the starting 11. I'm in agreement that we got to get Tara McKeown in there, but I mean, if we're having a little bit of the recency bias, is there room for a Wave FC defender in this bunch? You know, are we looking at an Armstrong? Are we looking at a McNabb for this one? Or if it was less about what they had to sustain because they were constantly on that front foot, do we just sort of kind of keep it where it is now? Don't want to like stress out Jen too much. I want Jen to come on and keep doing these. I don't want to like tear, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say like, hold on a second.
No, I need the feedback. It's always up for discussion, right?
Guys, I'm really going to put for Aaron Wright. She also scored a goal. But
I was going to say she got the goal.
Right in there. Let's get Aaron Wright in
goal. And I think the case is for Wright and for McKeown. I'm also in agreement with that to get those on there. Maybe we should just like put a bunch of center backs in there. What if we just like made them all center backs? Okay. So it's going to be Lorena, it's going to be Wright, it's going to be Mallinson, it's going to be McKeown, and who's the fourth?
Sharples. Are we going?
And Sharples.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's go into the midfield. I got midfield. I got to say, I'm pretty sure I was also equally stressed out because some of the performances this week, I was like, I can only choose three. Like, at least with defenders.
Yeah, no. I was just about to cut in and be like, I have to pick 5 players here with the backline and goalkeeper. You just have to pick 3. But anyway.
But I feel like it's a heavier,
harder.
Yes, because I have so many great options and less slots for players because it's tough. I can't ignore what Portland is doing right now. I feel like I've said this and I'll keep saying it on this show that the 2025 Thorns are Sam Coffey's Thorns. That's her team right now, and I've got her on my best 11. But even that, making that decision was difficult because then I look at Hina Sugita, and I love what she's doing for the Thorns as well. But I'm gonna the assist is what tipped it over for me. So I've got Sam Coffey on there. I've also got our girl Denise O'Sullivan on there. I thought she had another very good game. Also was very clutch for North Carolina against Houston Dash. And the third one was difficult for me, but I really think we need to give some love to Seattle Reign as well. I know that folks are gonna like maybe look a bit at the opposition in front of them and be like, they put up like a 4-piece on a struggling Utah side. And sure, I'm not saying that that's not true, but you also need to still go out there and execute. And no team is ever really going to look at another team in this league and say, let's just like take it easy today. And Seattle did not do that. They absolutely made sure they went out there and took care of business. So I want to show some love. And this was such a struggle because I also felt like I could get more Seattle Reign players in this midfield along with like the Portland Thorns players as well, because I thought Sam Mesa had a really good game, but I'm going to tip the scales and go with the veteran in this one and say G is going to be in my midfield for Seattle.
Love it.
So I'm open ears, but it's tough. It was tough for me.
What do you think, Jen?
I think G's a great call. I thought her goal was just pure composure, class, and exactly from how I know her from being such a legend at Chelsea. I think watching her on the edge of a box, put away a ball so calmly, I was like, so impressive. I'm liking it. I like how you've gone Portland heavy and Seattle heavy. I think they definitely deserve some love. I think both teams are performing. Portland, I should have had some Portland defenders in there. No, Lisa, on to you. I'm getting warm again.
The stress is coming back. I also wrote down Sam Coffey. Getting Portland Thorns encouraging Coffey to be higher up the pitch has truly influenced the way that the Thorns attack and how they create and how they're able to get chances, especially with Kaya Hanks going down. That is such a big loss for them. Sending love to her. I also had G going an assist, the game-winning assist to her assist. I know you just talked about her goal, Jen. G's assist was beautiful.
No look, like a no look pass.
What about Jaden Shaw? Sandra, where is Jaden Shaw scoring her first goal for North Carolina, being a huge game changer off the bench?
Okay.
Pretty big deal.
I'm glad you led this here because I have the honorable mentions as well. North Carolina, Jaden Shaw is in that honorable mention, but honestly, so is Taylor Flint for me in this honorable mention. Flint's been doing incredible things, so I don't want to have to make the Kings decision here. Like, I'm going to leave it to you. Like, of the honorable mentions, but it's Jaden Shaw and Taylor. I'm willing to concede Denise O'Sullivan for either Jaden Shaw or Taylor Flint, but you all have to make that decision.
Those are both really good picks. We could switch to a 4-4-2 if we had to.
No, we can't, Lisa. We can't do that to our social team, okay?
I would potentially put in Shaw.
Okay, got one
for Sullivan, just for the impact of coming off the bench, and I feel like she's needed a moment like that, and
she has. And playing deeper, guys. Jaden Shaw came in and she was an 8 in this game. We have seen her as a 9, as a 10, as a 7, as an 11, and North Carolina said, we got to try something different. You can play anywhere, Jaden Shaw. We'll drop you deeper, and she found her space and found her goal. I think we got to give it to her.
The positional shift is going to do it for me. So let's go Flint, Coffey, G.
Wow, I like that. That's a solid midfield. We
need who do you have for forwards, Lisa?
Weekly best 11 game against each other because I would love to see this.
I keep saying we need to have a weekly, or in addition to our weekly best 11, we got to have like a weekly best bench, because it's getting tough the longer the season goes. So, how about the forwards? Wrap it up for us, please.
Okay, forwards. Manaka for North Carolina. Goal contributions in the last 5 games. Absolutely stellar performance. She is so classy on the ball, my friends. She loves to find little pockets and tight spaces. Her physicality for such a tiny little player is so impressive. Her hold up play, she gets stuck in. Manaka on my list. This was very difficult for me. I'm going to go Esther. Her 10th goal of the season. She is just clutch for Gotham. I know, Jen. I know. I also am going to go Emery Adames for her brace with Seattle. She became the second youngest player in NWSL to score a brace. She is 18 years old. And she did it with such ease. Now, again, against Utah, but still, the confidence for a young player to execute in those positions, a penalty kick as well when you're 19 years old. And look at the other players that are on the pitch at that time for Seattle. And Adames steps up and buries it and helps Seattle take home a dominating win. I do have an honorable mention, but I'll let you. So Manaka, Adames, and Esther. Hit me, Jen.
I love Manaka. I think this entire season I've enjoyed watching her play. Her skill early on in the game to get a shot away, I kind of was wishing that one would have gone in for her this weekend, because that would have been up for goal of the season, I think, for sure. The only reason I'm doubting the Esther choice was just mainly because of Gotham's performance as a whole. So maybe that's unfair, because that's kind of similar to sort of Sentner in a Utah situation where, she steps up but Utah struggles, but she stands out, and Esther does as well. So I get where you're coming from. I was maybe just...
I know, believe me, I'm the first one to say that Gotham played terribly this weekend. They played terribly, yet they still won, Jen. And this is what separates Esther for me, because there were 2 chances to score goals. Jace had one and Esther had one, and they finished them. Yeah. And that is the difference between 3 points, 1 point, or no points for Gotham. And Esther is the difference.
I'm in agreement with Adamas. I'm in agreement with Esther. I'm also in agreement with Manaka. Again, this is getting more difficult as the season goes on, but it's tough being on top of the mountain. You have to sustain some difficult moments, especially in NWSL as the season goes on. I'm a little surprised that Zaneratto's not on your top 3, Elise. I gotta say.
She's my honorable mention. 4 goals in her last 6 matches, 5th goal of the year for Bia. Another clutch player in this league. Bia was my honorable mention.
That was a striker's finish also.
It's insane.
The rollover. Yeah, the soul roll.
Before she shoots it? What?
As it's coming back there as well, to have that composed, the soul,
Oh, man. Okay, we can give it to Bia. Who would you take out then?
Esther.
Really?
I mean, the soul roll and the finish has to be it. Like, that for me has to be in there.
I was thinking Manaka.
Oh.
I was like, let's get some drama. But I don't know. This is Lisa, this is your front line.
I think Manaka has to be in. She has to be in.
Also, stand 10 toes down for your front 3. If that's your front 3, that's your front 3.
I'm going to go Manaka. I'll concede Bia. I'll give Bia a run for her money. So I'm going to go Manaka, Adamas, and Bia. Esther's been in the weekly. She's fine. Adios.
We got there.
She's in the running for Golden Boot. She doesn't need to be on this. It's fine. I love it. And of course, everyone's letting us know. Look, keep letting us know your thoughts. Are we getting it right? Are we getting it wrong? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know who you think should be in Attacking Third's Team of the Week. And make sure you also stick around because we've got even more to talk about. If you thought this was Attacking Third late night, let me tell you, don't worry. We're going to keep going even later because we still have to do Coach of the Week and we still have to do Honorary Captain, and we're going to check in on Midseason Awards. Do we want to give a coach shout out for this week, and who would it be?
Yes. I'm going to shout out Bev Yanez.
For sure.
Huge week for her, taking down Orlando with a shutout win. Great stuff by Bev Yanez. Going with her.
Hard agree. I'm not even going to fight you on that. Incredible stuff for Racing Louisville to close out week 13. To be where they are right now at this point in the season, there is a reason why Racing Louisville fans have hope, and it's absolutely because of the team's performances, but also Bev Yanez making sure that they power through it. Okay, Honorary Captain. Do we have any nominees for Honorary Captain?
So I have a very out of the box nominee. Can I give it?
It's my favorite. It's my favorite when we do out of the box.
I am going to give it to the entire Washington Spirit locker room because of the chaos of the coaching situation. I'm sorry. It is all over the place. They're supposed to have Jonathan Herrera. He has missed the last 2 weeks because he's with his partner who's expecting very excitedly their second child. Congratulations to them. So now they have Adrian Gonzalez slotting in, who's going to take over July 18th. There's just a lot going on. And I got to chat with Britt Ratcliffe this week. And she was like, we are all just very open and having these communications and talking about it and trying to be on the same page. And it's just a lot of chaos. And that's a lot to deal with as a player in a locker room when you're also trying to stay at the top of the table, pick up wins and points against top teams.
I think it's a good shout. I like doing the out of the box stuff. Spirit locker room. Okay. I like it. Jen, did you have any thoughts on an honorary captain nomination?
So mine was McKeown. And I know that, that was my kind of, I just think kind of off the back of what you're saying, I think they're going through a really difficult phase right now of managers, what's happening. They know what's happening, but it's just a very weird situation. And I think when I watch her, she just looks like a player that's shutting out all the noise and showing up every single time. And I think tonight was another prime example of that. She's got everything in her game. I honestly think that watching her go from changing positions, standing out, stepping up, she's like a
team call
future captain. Exactly. I think she's
Good job.
Captain.
I like it. We'll go with the Washington Spirit. We'll do it in umbrella, like an honorary captain for the Washington Spirit locker room, like the Washington Spirit resiliency, the Washington Spirit mentals are our honorary captain of the week. I love it here.